Hey everybody, it's Atheist for the Cause, and I wanted to show a little video clip of the Missouri Senator Claire McCaskill because she's a Democrat and she's actually showing some signs of she may say put on this facade in public, but behind the scenes she's worried about losing white voters, and um, it's quite interesting. So I wonder how many other Democrats are thinking like this. Probably, the liberal establishment are thinking mostly like this and might show where they're thinking about going in the future in terms of policy. So I'll play the video and you can listen in.
Republicans, not defeated Democrats in primaries, if you know who I mean. Well, what's her name? Everybody's fascinated with from New York.
Cortez? Yes.
I mean, God love her, but I hope she listens to people who defeated Republicans, because it's the people who defeated Republicans in this election that we need to be emulating, not the people who defeated Democrats in primaries.
And that goes back to the kind of purer than...
That's actually a great point. I've heard on the Young Turks and other places where, progressives think they're, on this huge power gain. They're not. A couple of progressives have gotten in extremely left-leaning areas that doesn't show what the country wants at all. And they'll try to make this claim, oh, Cortez got in, so clearly the entire country is leaning towards progressivism. It's just not the case. And I've told people over and over, it's the silent majority that runs this country. And they are overwhelmingly centrist. They're apolitical. They don't watch politics. They don't like politics. They don't care about politics. And, around election time, they'll hear about the issues, apply what they, their situation. And, so that's that's the group that controls this country. So people think it's like the people who watch politics every day. No, those people, because those people, people like me don't actually often change our votes very, very much. Now, personally, I voted for Obama twice and then Trump. But I'd voted for a Democrat like every time until Trump. But though I don't even see that as being a change because, Trump's not the establishment Republican. So he reformed the Republican. But I did change party technically. So, but very rarely does that happen. The people who are up for grabs the most are the apolitical people. So they're, the political people are the ones who tend to vote straight Republican, straight Democrat, that kind of thing.
Pure.
Yeah.
And they also turn out like I vote, like every election. They don't, Democrats or Republicans don't have to worry about turning me out because I'm already turning out. So most of the elections are about turning out people who wouldn't otherwise turn out. So
base that doesn't understand the broader picture.
Well, they may understand it, but they are so passionate about their beliefs. They feel that if everybody would just be more pure, more people would come to the cause. And many of them have not been in a place where the math is unforgiving to that concept.
That point is just so hilarious. Yeah, they're pure and they think that just being pure will get everyone over to their side. No, because not everybody thinks like you, because you're not right on every freaking issue, first of all. Second of all, this is an extremely diverse country, so if you're gonna vote purely on your principles, then you're not gonna get anywhere. Sometimes, and these bills all have 100 different things in them, so sometimes you have to sacrifice a little on one thing to get something you care about more.
And so I just want to make sure that we don't make a mistake and go so far to the left in nominating a candidate that we lose all those white working class voters that had been a huge part of our party decades ago. While we maintain great enthusiasm by young people, we need somebody who can bridge that divide. So we have an opportunity in 2020, as long as we don't go so far off the left side of the earth that we alienate those people that when they hear the word free college, they hear that phrase, they think, oh, look, they're giving away something to other people besides me again.
Yep. So she's explaining how uh, white people are feeling alienated. You know, the white working class voter that the Democratic Party has depended on in the past. They lost it in regards to Trump. And, you know, you could say Hillary Clinton wasn't far left. That's true. But let's get beyond her corruption. She catered to the left. She actually moved left to try to win progressives, and that was a big mistake.
I had to earn mine. Why aren't they having to earn theirs? That thing is real. Sometimes going too far, we turn off people and make election victories impossible.
Another great point in regards to universities. I went and, I had to pay for my college. You know, my whole generation had to pay for college. The generation before me had to pay for their college. Now, if you want to go and make free college for everybody, guess who's going to pay the bill? My generation and the generation before mine. Like, why do we have to pay two generations of schooling? So that's, and then the other thing is people who push, free education. They're also pushing free healthcare and free this, free that. And it's like, you're better off, picking one than trying to get everything. And in my opinion, the issue that matters the most that would, would have a good shot of being backed by the public is free healthcare, because everybody needs healthcare, and like that's a constant thing. It's not like you have healthcare and then you don't need it anymore. So it's not like a generation would have to pay for two generations. But on education is completely different. You go and then you're done, and so you can build up debt, and then you're done. You get your better job, and then hopefully, and then you pay off your debt and you're done. But now imagine if you go, you get your debt, you're planning on paying it back, and now all of a sudden you're getting taxed more to pay for other people to go to college. That could really hurt.
I'll tell you a true story. I'm at a gas station.
And this is a great story, and part of the reason I'm playing this story is because I think it's representative of a ton of people in society. And not just like white people, but, there's a lot of men who feel this way too, especially in regards to how the Democratic Party is treating them.
In Kingdom City, which is a stop in the highway, and this is about a month after President Trump was inaugurated, and there was a good old boy over by the gas pumps, and he said, hey you, which in Missouri is senator. So I walked over and I said, what can I do for you, sir? And he started shaking his finger in my face. He said, I voted for you before, and I may vote for you again, but I want you to know why I didn't vote for her, Hillary Clinton. I knew she cared about women. I knew she cared about Muslims. I knew she cared about Mexicans. I knew she cared about homosexuals. I really knew she, really cared a lot about black people. But I was pretty sure she didn't give a shit about me.
And there you have it. So, this guy he sounds like he was a white man, because by the groups that were mentioned, and he was pretty sure that Hillary Clinton didn't give a shit about him. And why should he think that Hillary Clinton was gonna give a shit about him? Why would any white or male person think that the Democratic Party is gonna fight for them? No, women are better than men, and minorities are better than white people. That's how the Democratic Party sees it. Like, or at least they need to fight for the rights of minorities more than whites, and they need to fight for the rights of women more than men. So, and the rights of men have been sacrificed, especially in schools, for the benefit of women's. and that's been by the Democratic Party. So this isn't just like theoretical. This has actually played out in practice. So, anyways, I think she sounds concerned to me, and she's probably, she's a part of the Democratic establishment that's more liberal than progressive, and there's a war between the progressives and the liberals. And this shows, I think, where the liberals want to take it more towards the center. And if the progressives can force them further left, like in the past has happened, and a progressive gets nominated over a liberal, that's going to be big, big problems long term for the Democratic Party. They'll lose again to Trump that way. They'll lose. They could even, though they would probably even lose to another Republican after Trump if they continue to push forward far left regressives, because the silent majority in this country is center and just does not want regressives that want to increase taxes like crazy. Even if they're willing to pay some extra tax, you can't increase taxes like crazy and offer all this free stuff. And like, it seems like it would destroy the economy. Anyways, have a good one, guys.